Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mayra Lucia. So I've never tried anything from ELDRIDGE, and that's why this is going to be a first impressions video. I even purchased this little sweater right here, her merch, and it's very cute. I'm in a 90-degree weather right now, so I'm a little crazy wearing this, but I wanted to use it just for the purpose of this video. Let me show you guys what I purchased, which was only 2 items. I didn't want to go heavy-handed with my purchases on this brand. So the first one that I have is the Elevated Glow product here, and her packaging is really cute. As you can tell, it's just like the L and then the lips. That's very pretty packaging. And this one is going to be, it's called the Seamless Skin. So let me take it out, that way you guys can see the product itself, the component. So it's a very pretty gold lid here, and then the component is in a frosted glass, so that's very pretty. And then I got mine in the shade, I know it's something with rose, Cosmic Rose. So that's the shade that I have here. And as I open it, this is going to have obviously that doe foot applicator, and it's very chunky. So let me swatch it for you guys here in the back of my hand. I purchased this product because I'm going to be using it mainly as a cream highlighter on my cheeks, obviously. So that's very pretty. It's obviously creamy and smooth, and you can obviously see the glow there. And then the other product that I got from her was one of her blushes, the Enlightening blushes, and I purchased this one in the shade Venetian Red. So she on this one, I think there is, on the Glow, I'm sorry, there's 4 shades, but I obviously just got one. And then on the blushes, I think she came out with 6 shades, I think so. So this one was one of the ones that I was more interested in. Obviously all of the shades were very pretty, but this one right here, that's the shade. It's a little bit, it looks a little bit deep for me, but hopefully the formula is going to be a little bit more blendable. And the component, I like it because you can see the clear plastic top here where it's gonna pour out, and then you can see the shade through that. So let me squeeze it out so that I can feel the texture and get a little familiar with the formula. So it's very pigmented. Hopefully it's not too much for my skin, but right now I like these blushes a lot. And well, the shades, I'm into these right now too. I don't have nothing in my collection that's in this shade, so this is one of the reasons why I picked this one. So it looks very pretty. It seems like it's going to be luminous on the skin, so hopefully it is, because right now we're in summer and I want that for my summer looks. Obviously I'm looking a little bit crazy because my eyes are done and my eyebrows too. So I'm going to test these products. Well, not test, I guess, again, it's just a first impressions. So I'm going to pin my hair a little bit back with these clips because I'm going to apply the highlighter on all over my face. I know it's going to be crazy, but I want to see if this works as an illuminating base. And the shade that I chose, I wouldn't pick this shade to use it this way, but again, I don't really use products that way. I just wanted to test the product out and see how it's going to apply. Now, I don't really like going directly on my face, but I just did, and that's fine. So I'm going to just apply a few dots here because I want to put this under my foundation, obviously, and I'm going to work this through the skin. I don't have nothing on my skin but my regular skincare. That's because I want to test this out to see how it goes well with my vitamin C, my sunscreen, and everything that I have underneath. So obviously I can see the glow on this product. You can immediately tell the glow on this highlighter. And then I'm going to let that set down a little bit just so that I can go in with the foundations. And meanwhile that sets, let me explain you the foundations that I chose. So on one side of my face, I'm going to apply a more mattifying foundation, and then on the other side of my face, I'm going to apply my more, well, I guess my favorite foundation that I have in my collection. And that foundation is actually just a little bit more on the dewy, luminous, radiant side. And the one that I chose for the matte side is going to be the Amazonian Clay from Tarte. So this one's in the older formula. I know they came out with a new one, but I picked this one because this one's the most mattifying one that I have right now. I don't have that many. I probably have like 2 or 3, just because I aim more towards more glowy or radiant foundations. So, and then on the other side, I'm going to use, again from Tarte, this one is called the Concealer, and this one is actually my favorite foundation ever. That is my holy grail foundation. So let me start by applying some of the Tarte one, this one, and I'm going to dot a few dots here. I think I grabbed a little too much. And this one is in the shade, let me see if I can find the shade, Medium Sand. And then I'm just going to buff it out with a Jaclyn Hill JH03 foundation, the brush. So I just want to see if the luminosity comes out through a matte foundation. And I never really apply products like this, like illuminating products underneath, because I do have combo skin. My skin aims more towards the oily side, but it's mainly combo skin, and with my T-zone being more oily, so that's why I don't go in with products like that. But I know many with dry skin, how do I say that? I know that many people with drier skin do tend to go more towards that sort of application. So I know I'm looking a little bit crazy right now. And then now let me go in with the Tarte Concealer, and this one's in the shade, let me find it for you guys, Medium Golden. So I'm gonna pour some on the back of my hand, and then with my finger again I'm gonna apply more dots throughout the face. And for this side, I'm going to use this foundation brush from Luxie, the 532, and I'm going to again tap that on the skin. Now obviously the shade is not going to match right now on either side because they are totally different shades. And right now, again, the purpose of me applying these is because I want to see how luminous that's going to be on the skin. If it's going to be too radiant when applying a radiant foundation, or if it's going to go, or I guess, how do you say that? If it's going to go through the matte foundation as well, it's going to show through. So I'm going to wait about, I'm gonna say 10 minutes or 15 minutes so that this can set down a little bit, and so that the products can work together, the formulas can work together. And then I'll be back to see if I see any difference on each, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts. I know I look crazy, but I'm not gonna finish the rest of my face. I just want to see how this looks on my face. So I'll be back in 15 minutes, but for you guys, 1 second. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes, and let me get a little bit closer, that way you guys can see a little bit better. So I don't think my camera is picking up the difference, at least I can't see it, but on the matte side, I think it's coming out a little bit more in a satin finish. And then this one, definitely up close here and personal, I can definitely see that it is definitely more glowy, and definitely on my T-zone, I obviously see some more dewiness here, and on this one, The dewiness is coming through just because, again, I am more oily on my T-zone. But overall, I think that it does add a little bit more glow whenever you apply it underneath your foundation. And also, even though the shade was a little bit on the rosy side, I don't think that it changed the foundation color. I don't think it affected it at all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this and just apply everything as I would on a daily basis. And I'm going to come back with my foundation and everything on. I'm just going to use my skincare products again, and then I'm not going to use any primer or nothing. I'm just going to use the foundation, and I'll see you soon. I am back. So everything that I have on my face is going to be linked in the description box in case you are curious. But I am going to share what I used as a bronzer, which is just my Milk Makeup Matte Cream Bronzer, and this one's in the shade Baked. And then now I'm going to try on the Lisa Eldridge, it's called the Enlightening Blush. And again, this one was in the shade Venetian Red. So I poured some on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to blend it out a little bit because it does have a lot of oils in it, or at least mine does. I'm not sure if I was supposed to shake this a little bit, but the oil came out a little bit with the product. And now, because it is quite a dark shade, I am going to first try going in with my finger. I don't want to go in too heavy-handed, so it's okay, I could just take it off. Okay, so yes, this one's definitely going more sheer than it is on the product. So don't be scared of the product. This is just a little bit sheer once you apply it on the cheek. And then I'm gonna go a little bit higher just because I like that look right now. And then just smile a little bit so I can focus it a little bit more on the apples of the cheeks. So on camera it's definitely looking a little bit more sheer than here in person. So I'm just going to apply more so you guys can see the shade once applied on the cheek. But I don't know if it's just my lighting or the camera, because again, I do record on my phone. I do not own a professional camera. I want to gift that to myself once I reach 1 year in YouTube. I don't want to invest yet on a camera. So this is working okay right now for me. So I'm going just to blend that out a little bit, just because I did focus it a little too high. I'm gonna go in with the foundation brush that I used with my Tarte foundation. So that's the product there. Again, I don't think the camera is picking it up quite nicely. But then now I'm going to use this NYX brush, the one that I was blending it out with. And it doesn't have a name, it's just like a, as you can see, an asymmetric kabuki brush. And I'm gonna grab some of that in the back of, from the back of my hand, and I'm gonna start slowly placing it here, just because this brush, I really love it for cream blush. It's really nice. It packs it on really well. As you can see, it packed it on heavier than when I used it with my finger, when I applied it with the finger. So if you definitely want that heavier blush look, I would go in with a brush. But if you want it a little bit more sheer, use your finger. So that's looking pretty nice right there. It's a nice pinky shade. So this side's looking a little bit patchy, so I'm gonna go in with a brush, just because I did like it more with a brush. That way they could also match a little bit better, because I am going out after this video and I don't want to go out looking patchy or crazy. And then I do take it higher on the cheeks, close to my lower lash line. I've been really enjoying that look. I think it looks more natural and it looks a little bit more sun-kissed as well. And then speaking of sun-kissed, I'm going to place this on the top of my, oops, a little dab there, dab it there. So the formula is definitely lightweight, I would say. I don't feel it on my face. It feels very, I don't feel nothing. And then again with that brush, it grabs the product a little bit more. And that is what I'm liking right now. See, again, I did that right here, so I'm gonna go back. Just because I felt that I lost a little bit of the pigment on the apples of the cheeks, so that's why I went a little bit better. So I'm really liking this shade. I think it looks really nice. Now I'm going to go in with the highlight, and I'm going to apply that again on the back of my hand. I don't want to use the applicator directly on my face because one, I don't want to mix in that cheek color and second, because I don't really like applying I'm choking on my saliva. I don't really like applying the doe foot directly on my skin most of the time. Sometimes I do. When I'm in a rush, I just go in directly with the product. So again, this is a really nice rosy pink shade and it's very pretty. The blush is looking pretty dewy. It's looking really nice in my opinion. So I'm gonna go in with this here. Just a little bit, tapping it with the finger. And then I'm gonna try to take it a little bit here on the angle. Try to connect it with the eye that I have right now, the eye look. And I think that's really looking natural also on the skin. But I did go light-handed because I don't want to look super glowy right now during the day when I step out of the house. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if it's catching on right. I hope it does. I'll find out whenever I edit the video. But now let me do it on this side. Excuse the birds, they're just having a blast out there. So yeah, this is definitely on the sheer side. I'm gonna go in a second time on this side just to see if I can build it up a little bit more. I'm saying that I don't want to step out of my house being very glowy, but you know, I have to test this here well for you guys, so that's going to have to just be okay for today. So I don't know if you guys can see the difference there. It's definitely very natural and I really like this product. Now when I do apply my cream products, I usually just like going in with all creams or all powders. I really don't like to mix in the products or set down the products. That's just me personally, especially right now with the summer and the heat. I don't like really going in heavy-handed, like layering so many products and formulas. So this is what I've been doing right now and I really like it. I think it looks really natural. In person, it's looking a little bit deeper, that blush. It's looking more deep in person. I have a little patch here, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's the blush or the formulas all together. But I really like this. I think it looks really nice. And then I forgot to put some on the tip of my nose, so let me just go ahead and do that really quickly. So yeah, this is definitely super lightweight. I like how it is blending with it together. I don't think it's picking up the foundation underneath. I think it's looking quite nicely, and definitely a second layer does help the highlighter be a little bit more blinding. So I'm really liking that right now. So this is the final look after applying all of the Lisa Eldridge face products. I personally do like them. I think it looks super natural. The products are easy to work with, and obviously you can use it in different ways. I liked them pretty much in every way, with, you know, the blush with the finger, with the brush. I did prefer the brush a little bit better, to be honest. but wearing that luminizer underneath, that could also work with you if you have dry skin and you want to have that glowy luminous look. And then the packaging, I think the packaging is quite nicely. This one feels really luxe, it's quite heavy, and then I love the frosted glass again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I like that the blush is in a squeezy tube. The oil and the product does separate a little bit, but I mean, once you blend it on the back of your hand, it's going to perform very nicely on the skin. And I honestly look forward to using these more during the summer. Those are going to be perfect products for the summer right now, especially with all of the cream blushes and all of the cream complexion products that are coming out, because you know it's going to be, and this summer it's going to be mainly focused on complexion products. And I do think that many products on her website are pretty much out of stock, so I will try to link whatever I find in the description box for you guys. I know she also came out with lipsticks and lip glosses, so anything that I find that is still available, I will link down for you guys. The sweatshirt, I believe she still has it available also in every size, last time I checked. And I did not pick up the lip glosses or the lip products just because I do have quite a lot in my collection right now, and I did a recent lip declutter video where I mentioned that I wasn't going to purchase any lip products for this year. So I'm 6 months in and I'm doing pretty well with that. I have had several lipsticks added to my collection, but that's only because they've came in with like gifts from other purchases, or I've had them gifted to me. But as far as me purchasing them, I have not purchased any, and I'm trying to keep it that way for the rest of the year. So I do recommend these for you guys. They are a little bit on the pricey side. I look forward to trying out more products from her. Like I said, this was the first time that I tried something from the ELDRIDGE brand, so I can't wait to see what else she has in store. Did you guys pick anything from this launch, or were you guys interested in anything? Are you guys interested now in picking something else? I wanted to try more of her blush shades, but now they're all out of stock. I just purchased one just because, again, I didn't know how her formula was, and it's quite nice. I really like it. And I liked the other shade. I think it was Dante's Dream and Pink Soap. I think that was what it's called. So I was also very interested in those two, but again, I just picked this one out. Do you guys plan on picking anything out from her, or what did you pick? Let us know down in the comments below. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. Please, I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. So I hope that you guys are all well. Please stay safe out there, and I hope I catch you on my next one. Bye.